of me. I think there's so much more I'm meant to learn and to do, and will always be saying that no matter what age. I do feel, however, I've let a lot of things just like slide off my back, if that makes sense. It's not something that I try to do consciously. It's just, I do believe the older you get, the less you care about the things you thought you did before.
Right.
So it feels really great, in my 30s. We've been doing the brand, and I got engaged, and my little sister is graduating 6th grade, and so all of those moments are things I'm going to cherish.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And how is the brand doing? How's Rare doing?
Rare is great, thank you. This is the gift that keeps giving, to be honest. I've always, we launched initially in COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So, to be honest, my hopes were not that high, considering we were all trapped inside anyway, until this beautiful thing happened where the TikToks and the world of the internet was able to start cooking trends, and people were cooking more, and then, makeup gurus would want to do fun makeup, and you can do it at your home or in the safety of your bedroom, and all these things kind of started popping up, and that was really exciting, but we were nervous. And then when it was finally released to the world, I felt relieved.
Right.
I don't think I feel like I need to check in on, like, status of anything. I've always just wanted to make sure that it envelops everything I believe, which is simply that I want people to feel good and themselves and their bodies and their minds. I work on it every day. It's not easy, and we've built a really strong community, and I think that's what I'm proud of.
Like, when did the idea for Rare, start?
So it was about over 5 years ago, and I recorded this song called Rare, and I loved the song. Thank you. I loved the song so much, and the words seemed very true to where I was. And my favorite line of the whole song is, I know I'm not perfect, but I know that I'm special. And that's the kind of gratitude that I think keeps me solid in a way, because that's how I view everything.
Right.
So when we started and it all came together, it was just a gift. So now I just try to continue to make it better and love on it. I never want to stop working on Rare.
Is it one of those things that doesn't feel like work because it's so fun?
Definitely doesn't.
Yeah.
Even the photo shoots and the meetings, everything is so fun. The music and us laughing and sharing stories. And it's so cool to start a company with just a handful of people to now see it expand into so many employees that I just, interns and all these things that we're doing with the company and giving people opportunities. It's been really fun.
Well, what I find so special about Rare is also the mental health component behind it all. And was that always a part of the plan?
Yeah, I think for me, I tried to share my story in hopes that it would be something to help others. And I think I did that when I admitted that I had struggled through my bipolar diagnosis. So that was more of a release for me. And then I realized anything that I touch or anything I'm a part of, it has to give back in some sort of element. And that just always has been my key demographic, that it's people who don't feel seen or heard or even know what's going on in their own mind.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Has it ever been hard for you to talk about because talking about mental health is it's so weird. I feel like sometimes talking about in something other people can't see but you feel.
Right.
Has that ever been weird for you to been this is what's going inside my mind, but I don't have I can't prove it to you?
I don't know. Sometimes I have the most vivid, messed up dreams, and then I think they mean something and they mean the opposite. I don't know. I don't think I get too deep into it. I just believe in therapy. I'm on medication, and I feel really lucky that I'm in the position that I'm in now.
Right.
And I believe in all of that.
Yeah. Do you feel living more privately in your 30s has been nicer than because you've been in the public eye for so long.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I still have to deal with the life of
Yes.
the path I've chosen, which is fine. I think I should never complain about what I have. However, I do try to keep the sacred things private. At the same time, I grew up with so many of my community and my people, and I want nothing more than to invite them into certain moments of my life for sure. You just have to be careful on what you're willing to share, and that's the balance, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's like I feel like you kind of grew up and like figured things out in front of everybody.
Yeah. That was fun, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm going to continue to. But I guess it is a bit different when you have gone through the motions of the teenage years to 20s into early 30s. By all means, I have nothing figured out. I hope that I've just become a little bit more mature in a lot of areas.
I think you've always been pretty mature.
Thanks, sometimes. Whatever day it is.
That's how I feel.
Like today, I'm a good 18 years old.
Oh, today I'm 10.
Today, because I'm cramping, I feel like 40.
Got it. Okay.
But I'm not mad at it.
You're not mad?
No, because I feel like,
Yeah.
I'm getting older.
And you're engaged.
Yeah, I am. I'm very, very happy.
And are you excited for like wedding and stuff?
I am. I couldn't be more excited. It's just, there's so much kind of happening in the moment with, he's working on some projects that he has to wrap up, and we just have things we want to finish, and our own personal endeavors before we get into all the nitty gritty. But yeah, I don't know. I'm really, I just have never really felt so sure about something. And I also don't want to jinx it by saying that.
I feel the same way about things. Are you a superstitious person?
A little bit. I don't like to admit it, but a little bit.
Because you don't like to admit it, because then it's like superstitious.
I know.
Yes, yeah. I'm the same exact way. I like whenever someone's like, whenever I'm like something, I'm feeling anxious or sad, and someone's like, but everything's going great for you. I'm like, I can't hear that.
That's not what I need to hear.
Right? Because it'll make me jinx it.
That's not what's happening. Yes,
right.
Of course. Absolutely.
Oh, my God. Well, I wanted to ask you about, because, Wizards just rebooted.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, seeing all that, what did, like, that nostalgia feel like for you? Like, you know what I mean? Was it, like, happy, sad, both?
No, I think more than anything, it was this zest, this new refreshing take, and an older version of Alex who I think ultimately shaped who I am, because I feel like I am Alex. That's so weird. I feel like I should talk to my therapist about that. But I relate to her so much, and it's crazy. That re-stepping into Alex has been a pleasure. And I'm so excited because season 2 is about to premiere, and we find out some really fun things. I don't know how to explain it. I know it's, me living in a nostalgic period, but at the same time, I loved doing that. There is no Disney Channel anymore. It's
nothing.
It's just, my sister or like my friends. Sometimes that was all we wanted to watch.
Right.
It just was comforting.
Did you ever watch other Disney shows in addition to yours?
Absolutely. It was Even Stevens, yes. Lizzie McGuire, That's So Raven, Sweet Life. Of course, I knew every Hannah Montana song. Oh, I was all in. I am a certified Disney kid.
So do you ever try to explain to your like little sister? Does she like sometimes not understand what the Disney Channel was?
Yes and no. She's so aware of like no. I'm just gonna say now.
Yeah.
because now there's platforms,
right.
And there's these things. So to her, the world is endless.
Right.
Where as before, for me, I would get home from school and I'd put on the Disney Channel and 397 on Dish Network. It was something that I would always just go back to, and that was the reliable source. Right. But you could find anything anywhere, and she's so just adventurous. So she's seen the show, but she's not interested in anything I'm doing, which is good.
Does she understand how iconic the show is?
Yeah. No. I will say I'm very happy. My sister's she's a very incredible 12-year-old. She's super unfazed by what I feel like maybe other people would feel. She's not affected by any part of my life. She has a different last name. She's her own person,
Right.
and I really love that. And she will come visit me on set, and she'll stay for a good 20 minutes and then say, all right, I'm good.
Yeah.
You know, it's a very endearing and honest relationship. Even though she's 12, she's taught me so much.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And on set, so Only Murders in the Building, which is awesome.
Thank you.
It's so awesome. When you signed on to do that and you started doing that, did it feel like this full circle moment kind of from Wizards to Only Murders? Because like you're on another kind of similar, not similar vibe, but like you know what I mean?
The humor and the texture is kind of similar. So I get what you're saying, and I think that's accurate. I didn't plan for any of this to happen. It was an amazing opportunity that was presented to me. I'm obsessed with escape rooms. I will do so many fun, like, different horror ones, and I've gotten tasered in one of them.
No,
on
you
accident.
haven't.
Yes, because I was so excited, and they were like, "You gotta move." It's like, okay, but it felt something that was organic and natural for me to step into and to try, and I don't think I really need to hesitate when it's Steve Martin and Martin Short.
Of course.
A lot of people can understand the gravity of what those legends have done for comedy. And at the same time, I get introduced to their fans, and my fans, you know, I hope to introduce them to their work because they're brilliant.
Right. Have they taught you anything, and vice versa, have you taught them anything about like the industry and just like life?
It's funny. They ask me questions about how the industry feels now, but it's mainly me wanting to know about their lives. And I think the one thing I've learned is just genuinely feeling like you belong. Mm-hmm. You know, they all the things that we worry about when you do get older, you get to the point where it's just sit back and spread that with other people. I don't know if that makes sense, because Steve and Murdy have been friends for 35 years.
Oh.
And they've been best friends. They've had, you know, tiffs and things, but not really, because they just understand each other. And then they bring that attitude to set. They are so happy. They're polite. They love people. They're always connecting with our crew, and it feels like a big family. So I've learned a lot about etiquette, about humor, about timing, and just overall being a professional that has fun.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what they do.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Oh.
Oh my gosh, I love you.
Delivery.
Let me just put it to the side.
I love it.
Okay.
So you watched Disney obviously as a kid. When you booked Wizards, were you like, okay, well, must be the best day of my life?
Yes, but it was actually a weird thing because I was on 3 pilots for the Disney Channel. One was the spinoff of Lizzie McGuire. One was the spinoff of The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. And the last one was Wizards. So by then, all of them didn't get picked up. And I was just kind of at my wit's end.
Yeah.
But not in a bad way. Just thought, okay, well, this isn't going to work out.
Right.
And Wizards got picked up, and my whole life changed after that. It was an immediate feeling of, oh, I achieved my dream at that point in time. I was such a huge fan of the channel. I was a huge fan of what they did for our generation, and it was an honor. Like, I wear it proudly. I definitely am not ashamed of being a part of the Disney high school experience.
I mean, that was your high school.
Oh, yeah.
And that's crazy. I was thinking about that this morning. I was like, that was her that like my high school was her Disney Channel. Like,
Yeah, no, it was all of us, you know. We were all, you know, from the Jonas Brothers to Miley and Demi, and then it was Zendaya. It's just so cool to see all the people you went to school with, if you will. It's good to see them all do their thing.
it's like different grades.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But was it like you didn't know anything else? So you were like, this is awesome.
Well, I just remember my mom being on my ass all the time about making sure that any sort of sudden exaggerated like fan moment is meant to be treated with respect. So from the very beginning of booking Wizards, I just tried my hardest